Hello lovelies, how are you all doing today? Oh, basket in the way. I hope you're well. You're joining me on Sunday the 3rd of August, although it feels like it could be the 3rd of October. Yeah, it's really overcast. I mean, the sun's sort of it's overcast, it's a bit windy. I hope that's not going to be an issue. We're actually due a storm tomorrow, so the table is battened down. But anyway, I'm in the garden, yay. I haven't done any gardening at all for 2 whole weeks. It's crazy. I need to work and talk. Yes, just the way I could do with you over here. Let's introduce things. Yeah, I've not had a chance. It's crazy. Literally all I've done is watering of an evening and harvesting. So today, Gordon Bennett, I'm going to have quite a methodical approach to today. I'm going to go around the whole vegetable garden pruning. So with the tomatoes, any of my side suckers, which are massive. But also, I'm going to top the tomatoes out now. So some people do, some people don't. I've done a mix of both over the years. By topping out, I just mean I'm going to cut the growing tip to stop the plant from growing anymore and, you know, encourage it to put all its energy into the fruit production now. So likewise, hang on, I just saw a massive one, I want to get it out. Some people do that above 5 trusses, some above 6. I think I'm probably going to go with 5 trusses. So that's the job for the tomatoes. Side shoots and top them out, great. It's also about, well, with these it's going to be about reach. I don't know if you can see this one, for instance. Hang on a sec. All of that is over there. So yeah, prune side shoots, get them topped out. And then also with things like the squash, the curry, I'm going to prune some of that, let the sun get in to make sure, you know, hopefully I get some good ripening. Let me show you with these tomatoes over here. They've gone a little bit bonkers, as you'll see. Let me see. I'm going to have to tip you up a little bit. Excuse it, squeaky. Yeah. Look, I mean, that's... I'm best part of... With trainers, and I'm best part of 6 foot. So that's 6 foot. 7 beyond. So yeah, get all of these topped out too and pruned. So like I said, I'm going to take quite a methodical approach to it and get all that done first, and then I can start to think about tying in, because it's not just the tomatoes, there's something over there that needs tying in, but that won't happen until I get all this pruning done. It's going to take me a while. Oh, the little red valerian is coming back. That's adorable. Yeah, I can also prune out. Oh, is that a side shoot? That's it's a base shoot and bindweed. Yeah, I can also prune out some of the lower leaves as well, just to make sure. Let's get that bindweed off. Just exposing the fruit to as much sunshine as possible, if the sunshine ever comes back. Oh, I'm so happy to see that red valerian, because the other one snapped. Right, trusses 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's stop you there. 1, 2, 3. Side shoot 4. Side shoot. This is the big one now. 1, 2. side sheet 3. Oh la la. 1, 2, 3. The size of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's stop you there. I'm not chopping this massively for the compost, but just chopping it a little bit, apart from anything, so that it fits in. They will compost down quite quickly. Right, there's a lot of leaf here. Let's disassemble. That's kind of what I'm doing, isn't it? Disassembling. You're there. You're there. Let's have that one away. One, two, three. Oh, that's what I just did. That's what I mean about just sort of going around the whole garden really quite methodically. 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's stop you there. Get all this pruning done, chopping, get it all in the compost, because then also I'm not switching backwards and forwards from one tool to another. I'm not kind of putting my secateurs down, getting my scissors and string and yeah, it's just do one thing to the whole garden, less faffing. Just do that one and that one. Side shoots. Good. It looks a bit brutal, but it's all about, it's for the harvest. Oh, there's 1, 2, 3 more to go here, 3 out the front. Getting there. There was something I wanted to remember to say and I've completely forgotten what it was. Oh yeah, that's the other thing, windy, about doing all the snips, all the pruning first, of course, is rather than going around tying all the plants in and then pruning, I might be tying in bits that are going to be pruned out. So do the pruning first, then the tying, save on string. I've been wanting to get in here for ages because it's an absolute mishmash of squash, tomatoes, jasmine, and this the viburnum. So what I'm going to do, yeah, the whole of this can come out. Oy vey. it's not really going to be producing anything now, but there is a beautiful one in there. Can you see? It's gorgeous. So let's get some more light to it. I mean, I kind of love the mishmash, the craziness of it. And there's a part of me that thinks, oh, just leave it, because it's this wonderful abundance, but it's not doing any favours to the veggies that are in here. 1, 2, I don't know that this tomato will come to much either, because it's been crowded out, but there is fruit on there. Let's see how it gets on. Right, I think that one. I don't want to cut this back too much more, because this is the leader that goes down that fruit's actually hanging on. So this is actually acting as support to hold that fruit up. And it's a beauty, so we'll leave that. Maybe a little bit down here. No, I'll leave that too. Okay, so I think that's as much pruning as I need to do. Now I can go back around and start thinking about tying things in. Especially as we do a storm tomorrow. Good, next job. That bin is now chock-a-block full, but literally within a few days, a week, it'll have gone down to half again. Okay, string and scissors. It was literally 2 weeks ago you saw me tying this in the last time. I tied it to there, and it was about there. And look now, that's another foot of growth. So this one, I want this stem eventually to cover number 3 and number 4 in my slats. So if I take this one to here, and then hopefully I'll get some side shoots out of there. Oh, that's the hope anyway. And then also eventually, let's pop you there. Eventually all my bits of there's the table wrapper is flapping. It sounded like a bit of a trump, didn't it? Yeah, eventually all the string will be covered as well. So this one has already slightly bifurcated. So that can go up number 1. Oh, it's an absolute prickler. I know I said that. Oh, cool, you beggar. Are the prickles worth it? Yeah. Please don't prickle me too much. I already managed to slice my knuckle open the other day, washing up a tin can lid. It was one of those things where, even as I was washing the tin cans, tins of tomatoes, because my tomatoes aren't ripe yet. I should say, yeah, it's the beginning of August. You probably see this in about a week or so. Gardener's Delight tomatoes always ripen quite late. That's why I think I've mentioned previously about if you live in a blight-prone area, even if you want to grow Gardener's Delight, I'd probably grow something else as well that's an earlier ripener, just in case blight comes early. Yeah, even as I was washing the tin up, I was saying to myself, be careful, Vivi, be careful, you know, as you do in your head. And anyway, right. Oh, I forgot to attend to this tomato, which, let me bring you around so you can see what's going on with it. Well, it set fruit quite early on, let's prune out these bottom leaves. It don't need them anymore. Yeah, it set fruit, you know, similar sort of time to all the others in the garden, but it's just never really, it's just not really come on a pace, and they're quite tiddly. Yeah, it's not, I'm going to take quite a chunk out the top because I don't want it to putting any effort into growing. Yeah, it's not really, it's just not really doing anything. Let me come bring you back a bit so you can see more of it. Yeah, it got going and it's set, what have I got there? 1, 2, 3, just about 4 trusses, but the trusses haven't really grown. The fruit isn't particularly growing, and well, let's see if they'll ripen. Undoubtedly it's because this is a shady spot of the garden. I mean, it's not in deep shade. There is a fair bit of ambient light, but it's nowhere near the same as them being in direct sunlight all day like the others are. Now, just looking at the brassicas next to them, I've got a plan for the brassicas, but I think it will be easier for me to show you on the ones on the other side of the garden. Right, brassicas. Oh, and also, whilst I'm in pruning mode, deadheading, let's keep encouraging these flowers to come back, because we are, after this horrid weather tomorrow, we are now expecting, or it's forecast to have a couple of weeks of really quite gorgeous, proper summer weather again. Sunshine, no clouds, heat. So let's prolong our flowers. Right, so what I'm going to do with the brassicas, let me tip you down a bit. Yeah, I mean, crikey, they got a massacring, didn't they? But all of them in their hearts, in their centres, they keep putting up extra little shoots. They want to do it. So what I'm going to do is prune out all the massacred stuff. So I'm going to do all the pruning on all of them first, but I'm just on this one I'm going to demonstrate the plan. So getting all these off, because what I'll do is I'll get them all pruned, and then I'm going to really closely inspect them for caterpillars and remove any. So there's just about enough left here for it to be alive. Look, it hardly looks a thing, does it? I wonder if I'll just bring you in a bit lower, I think. Okay, you should be able to see better, especially if I get rid of this one. I bet you, have we got friends on the back? I can't see any. Right, also, let's just, because it's confusing our eyeline, that can go straight in the compost, and let's get rid of this one. So we've got a clear, clean working area. I'm just looking at this to see where the beasties are, the wee beasties. So, I mean, goodness me, that's sort of almost nothing. But like I said, can you see in there how it's re-sprouting? So I've been and picked myself up some net fabric. It's sort of, you know, you find it in dressmaking shops, sort of thing you might make a petticoat from. I haven't got a lot of it, so let's see, will it tear across? So I'm hoping, basically, to lay this over it. Oh, I might be able to get away with half. No, not quite. So enough light can still get through. I'm just going to grab a couple of pegs. Enough light can still get through, but just give the plant a chance to sprout and establish again, and maybe by the time the butterflies have stopped laying, it'll have sprouted enough again that I can take this off once I see that the garden is clear of butterflies. What I always used to do in my allotment was I'd make a note of, if I was down there for a day, I'd think, right, I haven't seen any butterflies today, make a note of the date, and then keep watching for a further couple of weeks or so. And so long as I didn't see any butterflies for 2 weeks, I'd say to myself, right, the coast is clear, I can take my nets off. Because I'd far rather see my plants than see nets. So yeah, that's what I will do with, I didn't think the one at the back looked like there was anything to save, but even that one has got a sprout on it. And I'll tell you what, let's get rid of a couple more leaves from the squash, just so it's all got a little bit more room to breathe. Make sure I get as much light as possible. About 3 or 4 days ago, no, maybe it was last weekend, when I was out one evening watering, after I'd finished watering, I did sit and look, and I did spot quite a few caterpillars, but I'm not actually seeing any today, so maybe they've all matured. But what I will do is make sure I look in the nooks and crannies, that they're not sort of hiding in any of these little areas. I mean, look, it's pretty drastic, but I would use these brassicas as cut and come again veg anyway. I mean, obviously when harvesting, I would never normally harvest so much. I mean, there's virtually nothing left of any of them, but this is a case of I might as well see if I can rescue them, because if they do come back, if they do manage to sprout a bit more, then that's something to enjoy eating maybe from October onwards. I've just seen there's a new little load of eggs been laid there. Well, they're not going to hatch. Please work, because I've got all my chard, which is great. But I tend to use chard more like one would say use spinach. It's more of just a slight wilt. And, you know, it's a different taste, basically. And I want my brassica taste. Oh, just found you. So, there's one of my culprits. Come on, birdies. Who wants a caterpillar? Who wants to eat a caterpillar? Sorry, buddy, but you've already had enough of my plant. Little inchworm inching away. It's like a proper cartoon caterpillar. Oh, I'm sorry, but it's my food as well. You've had enough. That's the thing, isn't it, with gardening, is I do love all creatures, well, apart from slugs and snails. I don't want to hurt any creatures, but on the other hand, I need to eat. Right, I'm going to find a bird for you. It'll be quick. Another quick little job that I've been meaning to do for ages is, although my rush seat chair is in here now because it's not waterproof, I just wanted to measure across the back wall of the potting shed, because that's what I want to eventually shelve out. So all the shelves are on the back wall, so all the shelves that are on this tuck down here that are kind of in the way, they make it really narrow, get rid of them. So I think, can I stretch? It's an obstacle course. Oh, there's so much clogging in here. Let's see. Oh, 77. Oh, the train's back. Good. What did I say? 77 centimetres. The train hasn't been, the steam train, hasn't, 2-3 weeks or so, I'm not sure, hasn't been running because there was a small trackside fire. Because we've had so little rain, the ground has been so dry, so parched, that the tiniest spark coming off the engine ignited a little bit of I mean, they got it under control straight away. But as soon as that happens, it's like, right, no steam trains are running, only diesel. It's, you know, it's just too big a risk. So let's see, what height would I go? I don't need to go all the way to the top. What's that? What? 2 meters 30. Oh, it's really lovely to hear that sound again. 2 meters 30 is to the top, but before it starts to slope. And that's going to be another job, is maybe, I think, an autumn job. Let's focus on food production for the rest of the summer and into the early autumn, and then maybe sort of as we go into October, possibly even into November, come in here, drag everything out again. Yeah, I don't want to leave it too... Obviously I don't want to be doing it when it's chucking with rain, but yeah, get everything out and then get in there and get all the rest of the render off. It's going to be filthy messy. I've got a proper respiratory mask, proper face mask. Get it all stripped off, brush those walls. I'll probably damp spray them just before I brush them. Get it all cleared out, measured up for my shelves. I'm going to sort out all my pots. I've got loads that I can get rid of. And I was thinking, because these are really useful size, I might even put them in my shop for one of you for next year. These really little ones. These are so useful for... I used to use them for sewing actually, as well as pricking out. 2 tomato seeds in one of those, whichever comes strongest, keep and then pot it on. Or celery, because it's so tiny, it's so fiddly at the beginning of its life. When I prick them out, put them into these. Really useful. However, I just don't need this kind of setup anymore, because like I was saying the other day, this is not so much about self-sufficiency now as supplementary. Right, I've got a list. I'm going to go and check it, because that's why I make lists. I can't think what's on it. Should we have a look? So, seed saving. Yeah, let me talk about seed saving quickly. I'm going to take you off the tripod and go and show you a couple of things. I'm so glad I make lists. Okay, so if you haven't already done so, now is a good time to start thinking about seeds for next year, i.e. seed saving. So for instance, I have earmarked, and that's why it's getting big and it's starting to go yellow, a cucumber for seed saving. Don't know what the sirens are about. That's from I hope everyone's okay. That's from the one that Paul gave me. Some of mine down there. So yes, I've got my cukes earmarked for seed saving. And then over here, I haven't earmarked yet, but some of them are getting quite close to harvest. This is my Coco de Pampol. So at the moment they're still a bit green. You see this one's a bit more green than this one. I'm going to wait till they go really pale, a pale cream colour. Then have their purple streaks. In fact, that's a nice plant. Yeah, so I will... Oh, they're looking quite nice too, but not so prolific. So what I'm looking for is a plant where I've got like good, healthy looking pods. And sort of prolific with the pods as well. Oh, that's a beauty. That one's virtually ready for picking. Oh, I want to eat it, not save it. So yeah, that's what you want to do when you're at this stage in the year now, is to start thinking about which will be your seed savers. So for instance, with my tomatoes, I've been looking at this truss right from the start. They came early on. It's just seemed like a really good, strong plant right from the beginning. It's one of the tallest, not that that's, necessarily what I'm looking for, but some really good. And then, the next truss up is really well endowed, and this one. and the next. So I'm looking at this whole plant and thinking all of its trusses look great. That's what I want, but actually its little friend behind is similar. Another, you know, beautiful truss there. Beautiful, although not quite as perfect. See on the end? See how they're, these ones are kind of really tiny and a little bit malformed. So I think, maybe not. Yeah, I think I was right in the first place. This is the plant that I'll save seed from. But the great thing about tomatoes is there are so many seeds in just one tomato. I'll probably only need 3 tomatoes, maybe 4, be on the safe side, for seed saving from them. Fab. Oh, and look how the lettuce have sprung on in 2 weeks. We'll be able to start harvesting from them soon. Fabulous. Right, next job. I won't do it on camera because you've seen it before, it's boring, but next job is, well, empty the basket and then fill it. I'm going to attack the laurel again, get more of that cut down, but now that my ribs are healed, I'm confident enough to, where have I got my, oh yeah, they're over here. I can think about using my loppers now. Yay! Good stuff. Thank you for hanging out with me, lovelies. It's always fun when you're in the garden with me. As mentioned, I'm now going to go fill up, I think, 2 baskets with as much laurel as possible, and that will be my work for the evening. I think I will probably look up a couple more of the old episodes of Vera. I think it's ITVX is the hub. I can't always remember because I bookmark it rather than look it up each time. Anyway, that's what I will do. A couple of hours, maybe 4 hours of chopping tonight. It suddenly feels like it's going to absolutely lash down. It's not forecast for today, that's supposed to be tomorrow. If it happens now, I'll be delighted because it will save me from watering this evening. Yeah, I think most things look okay, but it's those squash in the little grow bags that just don't seem to be happy unless they're watered twice a day. Anyway, look, it feels good to get on with those jobs today. There's all sorts of other little bits and pieces of jobs that I will be getting on with. I have been a bit of a weekend gardener, and I think now I would like to, I think I need to find a bit more time for it. I'm just thinking in terms of getting that shade garden cleared, getting some more rubbish cleared, the snicket, all that. They're not jobs to just do in a couple of hours at the weekend. They're kind of, even if I do it all day, I won't get it done in one weekend day. So I'm going to go and look at my schedule now and see how I can fit more time in the garden around more time on the house and everything that's happening with the house and work and stuff. I'm so happy to hear the chuffer puffer again. Yeah, it's a juggling act, isn't it? You all know it's a juggling act. But if you want something enough, you make it happen, don't you? Right, I'm waffling. I will see you all again really soon. I'm not sure for quite what. I will be out here again in a day or so harvesting. I haven't done any harvesting today because I'm not cooking today. The great thing about having this in my back garden now as opposed to the allotment is if this was Sunday the allotment and I wasn't planning to go back to the allotment till say Thursday or Friday, I would harvest today for cooking on Monday and Tuesday. I don't need to do that. If I'm cooking on Monday or Tuesday, I'll come out here then. I'll bring you with me. All right, lovelies. Right, it really is time to go and start chopping up laurel. Until the next one, cheerio.